Hi there! Welcome to Apple World. Britney Spears has quite recently lost one more fight in court against her dad, Jamie. Also, however, the vocalist as of late took to Instagram to console everybody that she was doing fine, and her fans are extremely stressed over her. So what's going on with Britney, and for what reason would she say she is battling her dad in court? Britney Spears hasn't had legitimate control of her life for a very long time, starting around 2008. The 38-year-old star has been under the conservatorship of her dad, Jamie Spears. Conservatorship is a kind of lawful guardianship for adults who can't come to protected or sound conclusions about their monetary and confidential issues. At a trial on November 10th, Britney Spears was by and large denied the solicitation to eliminate her dad from her conservatorship. Once more, Britney's lawyer, Samuel Ingram, said that Britney won't perform assuming her dad is accountable for her vocation. And furthermore, Britney let him know she feared her dad. Be that as it may, Britney as of late transferred a short caption on her Instagram, guaranteeing she's the most joyful she's at any point been. However, Britney's fans are not getting it. What's more, a great deal of them took to the remarks segment to say that she looks everything except fine throughout the long term. Britney's fans have become progressively stressed over her well-being and prosperity. Last year, they even began the Free Britney development via virtual entertainment, contending that Britney is being held despite her desire to the contrary. While the specific terms of Britney's conservatorship haven't been revealed to general society, the artist has recently contrasted the game plan with life in jail. In any event, when you go to prison, there's consistently a time when you realize that you will get out. In this present circumstance, it's ceaseless. There's no fervor. There's no energy. So how could it work out like this? How did quite possibly the greatest pop star on the planet become a detainee in her own life? Everything began back in 2006, when Britney began acting unpredictably out in the open after she was spotted driving with her child in her lap. Britney was seriously condemned in the sensationalist newspapers. Nonetheless, her fans protected her and said it was all the paparazzi's shortcoming. What's more, Britney later made an announcement, saying that she was simply attempting to safeguard her child. Her assertion was due to a new episode. At the point when I was caught in my vehicle without my child by a crowd of paparazzi, I was scared that this time the truly forceful paparazzi would endanger both me and my child. Be that as it may, the paparazzi were persevering and upsetting. Recordings began to arise of Britney being barbarously dogged in the city by forceful photographic artists. On top of tolerating the extraordinary media pressure, Britney was likewise managing a great deal of private matters at that point. In September 2006, Britney brought forth her subsequent child, and simply a month after the fact, she petitioned for legal separation from her spouse, Kevin Federline. Not long after the separation was concluded, Britney tragically lost her aunt, Sandra Extensions Covington, to disease. Britney and her auntie had purportedly been extremely close. Furthermore, what came next was an incredibly troublesome period for the pop star. In February 2007, Britney registered herself with a recovery office in Antigua in the Caribbean. However, she left soon after 24 hours. In the wake of leaving the therapy clinic, Britney went to the home of her ex, Kevin Federline, to see her children, Sean and Jaden. Nonetheless, Federline would not let her see the kids. So upset, Britney walked into an irregular salon in Tarzana, Los Angeles, snatched a couple of trimmers, and shaved off every last bit of her hair. Evidently, more than 70 paparazzi amassed Britney as she was leaving the salon, while her safety officers did very little to safeguard her. Britney then, at that point, went to a tattoo parlor and finished 2 tattoos by Emily Wynn Hughes. Hughes later uncovered that when she asked Britney for what good reason she had shaved off every last bit of her hair, the artist answered, "And I simply don't need anyone contacting my head. I don't need anybody contacting my hair. I'm tired of individuals contacting my hair." Also, when asked about the valid reason Britney's guardians didn't intercede, the tattoo craftsman said it simply didn't seem like they minded without question. "I felt this crazy feeling of nervousness and energy that felt so pessimistic. It just appeared as though everyone was trusting that the accident would occur." A ton of Britney's fans accepted this as a sign that Britney was frantically attempting to recapture control of her life, subsequent to being constantly hovered over by makers and music leaders since she was a high schooler. Following the head shaving episode, Britney invested more energy in a few different treatment offices. To exacerbate the situation, in October 2007, she lost actual care of her kids to Kevin Federline. Yet, Britney wouldn't give up care and secured herself in a room with her children. After the police appeared at the scene, they found that Britney was affected by an unidentified substance. Sometime thereafter, Britney was taken on a cart to a nearby emergency clinic and put under clinical assessment. The next day, an adjudicator suspended Britney's appearance privileges, and Kevin Federline was given sole physical and lawful care of their kids. Britney was then dedicated to the mental ward of Ronald Reagan, UCLA Clinical Focus, and put on 5,150 compulsory mental holds. Under California Regulation 5,150, the clinical code is utilized when an individual, because of a psychological problem, is a threat to other people, to themselves, or seriously impaired. After Britney's mental hold, her dad, Jamie Lances, appealed for a crisis and permanent conservatorship. His request was allowed. Also, since then, Britney has lost practically all control of her life. Jamie Lances turned into Britney's lawful gatekeeper, responsible for coming to practically extremely significant conclusions about her profession, funds, and well-being. However, as a considerable number of Britney's fans have brought up, it's incredibly bizarre that Britney evidently needs a watchman when she's had the option to keep up with her vocation and remain useful all through everything. As one Twitter fan account noted, during the 12 years of Britney's conservatorship, she has visited the world multiple times, delivered 4 collections, had an immense Las Vegas residency that endured 4 years, and dealt with an assortment of TV programs. The allies of the Free Britney development are likewise asserting that Britney's conservatorship chooses when she can take off from the house and who she's permitted to associate with. This prompted considerably more stunning disclosures. Furthermore, in July 2020, Britney's previous picture taker, Andrew Exhibition, took to Twitter to peruse what was purportedly a stressful letter composed by Britney as a third individual. The letter depicts Britney's disturbed relationship with Kevin Federline and her life under conservatorship. While the Free Britney development has been happening for some time now, the fans as of late turned out to be considerably more worried after Britney began posting progressively more odd photographs and recordings on her Instagram, after Britney posted a video on TikTok saying thanks to her lugbot plus fans for their help. One fan remarked, "Assuming you really want assistance, sport yellow in the following video." In particular, Britney really wore a yellow top in her next post. The fans have additionally noticed that in her new Instagram recordings, Britney doesn't look or seem like herself. One fan even remarked that Britney seems as though she's frightened for her life, while another added that it's extremely bizarre the way in which her voice is shaking like she's perusing off an elevated screen. Britney's unusual recordings have sparked much more interesting paranoid ideas among fans. Certain individuals are, in any event, saying this isn't really Britney in the recordings, yet her fraud. On October 5, Britney shared a cosmetics-free photograph of herself, wearing glasses, a wool shirt, and trimmed denim pants, and captioned it, "Instagram versus reality, I needed to show you what I truly resemble consistently." While most fans essentially notice that Britney appears to be extremely unique from her typical impressive self, some of them propose that it's not exactly her in the photograph. One individual remarked, "Am I the one in particular who thinks this isn't Britney?" Another client added, "Her mouth is totally unique. This is certainly an alternate individual acting like Britney." Indeed, even big names like Miley Cyrus and Taryn Monitoring have openly upheld the Free Britney development. In December 2019, Miley yelled "Free Britney" while acting in Memphis, Texas. Furthermore, as of late, Taryn Monitoring, who featured Inverse Britney in the Faction Exemplary Film Junction, took to Instagram to post a message of help for Britney and said that the fans are reaching her consistently and imploring her to follow through with something. Britney's mom, Lynn Lances, is additionally associated with the development and has been spotted enjoying Free Britney's remarks on Facebook. In any case, Britney's dad and conservator, Jamie, have denied charges that Britney is being held despite her desire to the contrary. His new court reports express that his only inspiration has been his unrestricted love for his little girl and a savage longing to safeguard her from those attempting to exploit her.